Okay, another day, another tangle, huh? Here we go. Today's is called Fun Cycle by Elena Lebedeva. Oop. I backed out. Sorry. There it is. Okay. If you go to patterncollections.com and look up Elena or the word cycle, you will find that she has more than one tangle. They're all in sort of a family. One has this Fun Cycle has this sort of amoeba-like shape to it. Just Cycle has more of a round circle shape to it. And then she has one called Angle Cycle that has more of a triangle or straight lines. So there's various ways you can do this particular tangle. This one's the Fun Cycle, so that's what we're going to do. And we're going to start with I'm going to start with a amoeba-like shape. Doesn't have to be this exact contour. Just make some sort of random amoeba shape. And then in the middle, or not, a little off center if you want, put a circle with an aura around it. And then you'll put these kind of spokes around, all going around in the same direction. Imagine you could go in either direction. If you prefer them to go, you know, this way, you could do that. It's all up to you. And then just like when we did, recently we did, what was it called? Eula, I think it was. Where you start in the top here and you go down and follow up to that line. And then you do that in every portion. So then the next portion you do this, the next portion you do this, and when you're done, you get something like that. Isn't that cool? And then you can shade, you can, you know, put them together in multiple ones. Can you see that? There, I'll zoom in a little bit. So you can put them together in multiple ones, do various things in combination. So I am just going to make myself some random amoeba shapes on my tile and just start. Do I just want one big one? You know, I'm going to put like a big kind of amoeba shape on the whole tile, and then I'm going to maybe split it up into smaller pieces. Like that. Okay, I'm going to do something like that sort of shape. I'm going to do 4 of them, I guess. So I don't want too angular. A couple of my pencil marks here are too angular for me, so I'm not going to do that. But I do like this kind of blobby shape there. And then kind of a blobby shape here. That one will be interesting because it'll be kind of long and skinny instead of kind of roundish. This one here will probably be the most like the sample. And then there's this one, which I want to get rid of that little corner that I did there. I don't like that. So, like that. Okay, I'm going to do something like that. So I'm going to start with this one because that's the most like the shape that the sample is. I'm going to put a circle in the middle and an aura around it, and then spokes. One. Well, my spokes are kind of, they need to be not so swirly. I was a little swirly with my spoke. They should be a little less curved. Okay, something like that. And then from the corner down, we're going to follow that. That line. We're just going to go around and do that in every single one. Let me zoom in a little. You're a little far away. Whoops, wrong way. Since my blob is an interesting shape, I'm going to go ahead and just keep following that line until I'm full. Not sure if that's correct. I really didn't have one where she had that issue. Yeah, I guess that's correct. Okay. Just start from that one corner and work your way out until your shape is filled. Like that. So in this one I'm going to start here, so it's going to do a weird thing here. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Let me go through it. Like that. That was a weird shape. My goodness, the phone's making all sorts of noises today. What's that? I don't know. Who knows? Okay, so note to self. Try, if you have a really deep swoop, to put your spoke there. Then you will have less of this where it swoops inside your shape. It's alright if it goes outward, but it seems to be a little awkward when it goes inward. So I'm going to try to make sure that on my inward shapes, that's where my spoke is. There we go. That's the gist of it. Okay, I'm going to do this long one last because it looks like it's going to be a bit of a challenge. I'm going to do this one next. And I want my spoke to go to the inside of that one, and I want my spoke to go here, where the not sure I did that right. I seem to be having, something's not right with my spokes. I'm not doing something right. I think I need to come from here and come over more instead of butt up against it like that. All right, well, My spokes are there, so we're just gonna go for it. But I think that's my problem. I knew something didn't look quite right, but I wasn't sure what it was. But I think that's what it is. But as long as you start always in this one corner at the end of your spoke, looks like it'll be good. It'll fill in the space nicely and it'll be interesting. Oh, I'm off camera. Sorry. Trying really hard not to do that. Okay. So let's try this again. And let's try this with the spoke going, starting from here and going around. I think that's more of what it should be. More like that. Okay, that's more correct, I think. This one was not. This one was close. This one's better. And see, that's why you need more than one on a page, so you can practice. Because that makes this line go all the way to this line. That's where I was having, it didn't look quite right in the middle. Because some of these were going to the circle and it's not supposed to go to the circle. That would be my issue. All right. I knew I'd figure it out eventually, and you guys are watching and figuring it out with me, so you can avoid the mistakes I just did. Yeah, this one's much better. And I'm glad I had 4 of them on my page. I guess I already knew that I was going to need some practice on this one to get it right. Oh, this is much better. Oh, this is fun. Okay. I'm having fun with this cycle now. I am enjoying it much better. That's... Can you guys tell the difference? I hope you can. And it all has to do with the base of how those spokes from the middle came out and around. So now this one's going to be a challenge because it's so big. Do I want it? No, that won't work. Will it? No, I'm going to put it kind of in the center, but I don't want it directly in the center because that'll look funny. I think I'm going to put it here. Okay, so now I need to go from here around, and from here around, and from here around, and around, and around. And that is the important part. To make sure it's going around that circle and not just butting up against the circle like I did here. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, how I butted it up against, go back and look at how I drew the spokes on this one and on this one, and how now this one is making this swirl. These did not do that. And that was how it's didn't look quite right. It looks similar, but not quite right. And now I've figured out what my issue was. And then this has to come all the way down here. Here. And here. Okay. I'm going to erase these bits in the middle here. I think I'm even going to erase this whole outside part. And I'm going to do something though. While I was drawing, I decided that I like the little pearls that the sample had in between the little blobs. You know, technical terms here. In between the shapes, the pattern shapes. This. See, they've got like pearls between there. I think that's kind of cool. But I've got bigger space here. And I'm wondering if I shouldn't do maybe Diva Dance or something in there. I think I might. I'm going to just start in one corner. Start here. Yeah, I'll just draw around it first and then I'll come back and do my blobs. I don't always do it that way, but I feel like it needs it that way this time. Hope you can see what I'm doing. And yep, I'm concentrating. I got all quiet on you again. If you guys don't know this tangle called Diva Dance, it's in one of my beginner lessons. I'm not sure which number it was, but it was one of the first that I did. Explained Diva Dance to you guys. So if you're not familiar with it, go back and to my beginner lessons and you can find it. Have I gone off screen again? Yes, I have. I do that when I get really concentrated. I'm sorry, I pull it toward me. Don't always do Diva Dance like this. Usually I do it more where I do the little dark spots as I go. But for some reason I feel like I need to plan more what I'm doing. Why, I don't really know. All right, that's good enough. I threw a little diva dance in there, gave it some motion. This is Fun Cycle. Throw a little shading on that puppy and we'll be done. I'm just gonna do on the spokes, I think will look best. Something's not quite right there. Of course, that's the one that I didn't do right, so that'd be why I don't like that shading either. But we're just going to emphasize these arms with some shading. All right, that works. Do a little bit here too where all the spokes come together. That would kind of emphasize that too. There we go. That's Fun Cycle. Yeah, go back through that and look at what I did wrong so that you don't do that. I will help you to not make that mistake. Okay, that is Fun Cycle. I will see you tomorrow. You guys have a blessed day. Be a blessing to somebody else. That is important. Do something nice for someone. And look for those moments and those opportunities where people have done something nice for you. And so you can remember that you too are being blessed today. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.